back to my channel. I am starting a new video. Is that a statement for you or for me? I'm starting this video because I have decided to opt in to a new project for October. I hope, and I'm sure many of you are, I'm subscribed to Altknots, and they recently did a little bit of a mini project collab with Fangirl Fibers, which is super exciting, and they're doing a 31 night countdown to Halloween crochet along, and so I have decided to join. Now, I did not purchase the kit that Fangirl Fibers came out with. I will link below that kit if you're interested in it. I don't know if any is still going to be available by the time I upload this, but just so you're aware, and if you haven't heard of Fangirl Fibers before, I would like you to be interested in them and at least be aware of them. They're a incredibly talented and really cool fiber artist who I have ordered from before, and I've actually recently placed a pre-order for a new cool skein that I will show you when it gets here. But they put together a kit of a crochet along for 31 days in October. And Altknots designed kind of a pattern for those skeins. And although I don't have the colors and the kit that they came out with, I actually do have some yarn from Fangirl Fibers that I haven't used. And I thought it'd be really cool and a really great opportunity to use this really nice yarn in this crochet along. So I'm going to show you what I have and talk you through why I haven't used it so far, what is different this time, and then a little bit of what we're going to be doing. So the yarn that I ordered from them originally, I think I've had this for probably close to a year now, was a pre-order, I believe, and the pre-order was just like this really pretty picture of like a rose garden, I think it was kind of like a rose garden in fall or something like that. I can't 100% remember. It's been like a year, but it was like a sample of what inspired this colorway. And it was 2 skeins of yarn, and they came and they were gorgeous, and I was just unprepared with how to deal with it. Sorry, lost my train of thought. I was kind of unprepared with how to deal with it. I had only ever purchased hand-dyed yarn once before. I didn't really know what do you do with it? How do you prep it? Like, what do you do with this hand-dyed yarn once you get this hank? As you know, they usually come kind of pre-tied up. I'm going to show you one of the hanks now. This is a really cool, it's like white, kind of like a creamy white, and then it has some green and some gray kind of spattered through it. And it comes as a hank like this. It's usually kind of tied up, like this. I'm sure you've seen hanks before, right? They kind of look like this when you get them. I didn't know what I did with this after I get it. You kind of unravel it and it's like this. And what the fuck do you do? And so the first time I tried to use this, this is what happened. So there's this other really gorgeous, color that came with this. This beautiful, absolutely gorgeous purple. And this is the state that it's been in. And it's really sad because it's really pretty. And I just didn't know how to deal with it. And even when I tried to kind of go through and fix it and just do some winding by hand, which is kind of what this is. This was some winding by hand that I was able to do. I got really overwhelmed and I kind of gave up. And this has been shoved in my yarn stash for months and months and months, and I didn't know what to do with it. And so I have slowly been investing in more kind of pieces for yarn fiber arts. I have a winder, which I've used before on this channel, and I recently bought a Swift, I think is what it's called, and I haven't used it yet. So my plan is going to be to deal with this yarn carnage, to try to see if I can use my Swift for the first time and cake this up, and then we are going to join the crochet along. I plan on putting this video out the second week of October, so hopefully you're seeing this around then, and to kind of introduce you to the crochet along if you haven't heard about it, or if you have, hopefully kind of show you how I'm joining the crochet along with my own yarn stash and doing a little yarn busting, stash busting, yarn busting, weird, stash busting with my own yarn. I'm a little too excited. I'm talking really fast. And hopefully if you weren't inspired before, maybe you'll join us and do this along with us. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I think the way that I'm going to start is I want to use the purple for the granny squares. Actually, if you haven't seen it already, I'm going to link below Altknots video kind of explaining the crochet along and how the kind of crochet along part is going to go. And they introduced the first few patterns already, so hopefully this isn't a spoiler for anybody, but it is going to be a throw. It's going to be a granny square based throw. So I think my square is going to be made out of this, at least for my first 10 days. And then there's a little applique that you're going to be crocheting to go on top. It is called, what is it called? It is called, one moment please, let me look it up. You're like right in front of my screen. It is called the Cup of Spirits applique. So I think I'm going to do that applique with this for the first 10 days. So we will have 10 squares out of this hopefully, and 10 appliques out of this hopefully. There's quite a bit of yarn here, so I'm hoping that'll get me through quite a bit of this project. And I'm thinking that I will use this as much as I can. I'm going to fully use this up as much as I can. If I can use all of it in this project, that would be incredible. If I do run out of one of them colors, then I will switch something else in, and we'll figure that out together. So this is how we're going to start. So anyway, I'm excited. I hope you are excited to see how this kind of goes along. I started, this is another blanket, whoops, for this, hopefully this month we can get it done. And let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how I'm going to hopefully cake up all this yarn. Well, that was easy. I think I showed you all this recently, but a friend of mine for my birthday got me some alpaca hanks in just black. And so I think while I have my Swift out, I'm going to go ahead and just cake these up before I deal with the yarn carnage that is that purple yarn. So. Looking cute. Look how much smaller these are than this one. I don't know the weight. I don't know how many grams is in this. Baby alpaca is 100 grams. I would imagine this is close to that. I don't know. It's got to be more, clearly. It's so much bigger. I don't know. Anyway, my cakes so far. Now, I'll give you an update on this in a minute. Okay, update. We have finished fixing the yarn carnage. That was this color. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the first couple of granny squares for the blanket for the crochet along, and the first few appliques that I'm going to be doing with this. Again, I'm going to leave that in the description below if you're interested in joining along, and then I will show you once I've crocheted up the next couple, or the first couple pieces. and here we have day one all done. I alternated the colors. So we had our granny square in this really pretty purple color, and then our little spooky spirit guy is all done up. I think the colors make him look even more kind of creepy with the green. He almost has like, I don't know, like undead zombie vibes. So very fitting, I think. Just a little wonky. I think I, of course, need to block him, but he looks real cute in this purple. This is how my first one will be. Once he gets a little flattened out and his little handle is a little bit more apparent. I think it'll be really cute, but it came out great. All right, that's it for day one. I will see you soon for day two. Okay, just a little update on day two. We have our granny square, and then we've got our new cup of spirits, who looks super cute as well. I think this will look really cool on there. Hello, you joined me in the car. There is a little mini kind of like festival, I guess, happening in Bothell, Washington this weekend. I guess it was yesterday, Friday, and then today, Saturday. And there's a yarn shop that I don't know if we would consider that it was like an ad or something. Anyway, they got pushed to me on Instagram and they posted that they were going to be here, and I need some more, oops, let's not cover the camera. I need some more yarn for my 30 nights of Halloween crochet along that I'm doing, because I didn't get the box, the kit that Fangirl Fibers did. I am just using some yarn that I had purchased from them last year. So these are the two colors that I have. You've seen me working it up in this video. I've got this really pretty like cream and moss color, and then this really pretty deep purple. We're gonna run out of this before we can make 30 squares and 30 appliques. So I need to go find some complementing colors, either something similar to these colors or maybe just something that looks good with them. And I want to keep the yarn the same. So I'm hoping I can find a medium number 4 superwash merino wool and some pretty colors to go along with this blanket. So I brought these two squares so I can like kind of do a color comparison. And I brought you so you can see what one of the cute local yarn shops has to offer in this area. So let's go. Okay, I think we had success. So I showed you a few clips of all the skeins they had there. Their dyes were so pretty. So I got 4 skeins. I don't know if I need this much, but rather be safe than sorry. So I picked up these two. This one is called Nightmare and this one is called Ritual. And I think these ones paired with, hold on, pause, let me find my squares. Oh, here they are. Almost lost my squares. So I think these are our original colors, right? It's purple and green. I think this kind of gray and black and then this kind of like light purple to dark purple are really gonna look great. So I'm very excited about these ones. Then I picked up 2 wild cards that I just thought were so pretty. I don't know what I want to do with them, but they will probably go into this blanket. So I picked up this one, which is called Messenger, which is like black and purple and blue kind of all done together. Super pretty. And then this one is called Glow Stick. And the dye on this was really cool because every hank was very different. This was actually a more muted hank where one of them was like super bright. I think there's actually a clip in the clip, you can see it. Super bright colors, like very saturated. So I thought this one with like the muted tones would look a little bit better with these guys. I think would be cool. I don't know. We'll see. If not, I'm sure I can put this into something else. This would probably look great as just like a triangle scarf as well. So we'll see. We'll see what these go into, but these two for sure are gonna go into it. They might all wind up going into it. Again, we have 30 squares and 30 appliques that we're gonna be doing. And I'm at 4. I haven't made today's. Wait, am I at 4? I'm at 4. Today's the 5th. I'm at 4. We haven't made today's, so we have to make like 2 more. And we're running low. Like the purple, I think I'm almost out of. The green I have actually quite a bit of still, so this one might last a little longer. But this one I think we're gonna run out of within the next day or so. So we'll probably then switch it out for this one and we'll see what happens. We have until the 10th before we find out what our next applique is. So when we find out what our next applique is, we'll choose which color we wanna go with and go from there. And you'll see that in the next video. So I'm gonna go ahead and head home. I will make my next square and applique, and I will see you in my next video about our crochet along. Okay, see you soon. Bye.